That's so brilliant. This video is sponsored by Photrus. And the ironic thing is actually that Instagram helped a lot of people to get into photography. And many of them just stumbled over appealing photos of photographers on Instagram. And ultimately, many of them got inspired to start with photography themselves, to reach the same goals. But most of them will never reach them because Instagram is forcing them to do the completely wrong things. And most of them even don't recognize that. So if you really want to become a good photographer, this video will show you what you have to do. Ah, my friends, very nice to see you. You know, I started with photography in 1990, and this was long before Instagram and Facebook were born. And I have to say, that was a completely different time. Yeah, we simply engaged with things we loved, and we took photographs of them for ourselves. There was no intention of, showing these photos to others or so, just to our closest friends maybe and family. But today, everything seems to work differently, but different doesn't necessarily mean better, you have to say. I mean, we have better gear today, better cameras, better lenses, filters, tripods and so on, but the quality of the image gets worse and worse and worse. And I'm not talking about megapixels and dynamic range. I'm talking about the content, the art aspect of photography. And the sad thing is that it seems, at least, that there are not many Instagram users interested in getting really better, in improving their photography. Not for Instagram, for themselves. Now, when we look at Google Trends, we can clearly see that the interest in art, even in photography, is continuously decreasing, whilst the number of photographers got multiplied in the same time. That's shocking, isn't it? More photographers, but less interest in photography. How crazy is that? However, when we are looking at this chart here, photography is dying, my friends. It's dying. When we compare the trends of 20 years ago with today, we see that the interest in photography got decreased by 75%. Not by 1 or 2%, 75%. Wow! And that although today we have more photographers than ever, how does that fit together? And the answer is social media. And I have to say, I see that also here on YouTube. Make a video about art, about composition or whatever, not many seem to be interested. Make a video about gear instead or Photoshop tricks, and it goes through the roof. It seems that many people are not really interested in photography anymore, but more in getting followers on their social media. Yeah, let's have a look at how the trend is developing on something like followers. Oh man, it's exploding. That is a development that is quite sad, I have to say. I mean, don't get me wrong here. That is not the fault of all the Instagram users, of course. These people got enticed to start with photography, but not for the sake of photography, but for the sake of growing followers. I've talked a lot to other people on Instagram, nice people. Instagram in general can be a great platform to meet people. Instagram is not bad or so. Really, this video is not meant as a kind of bashing video against Instagram or so. It is just as soon as it comes down to photography, it seems that getting more followers is more important than their own development in photography. The motivation seems not to become a really good photographer. The motivation seems to be more becoming famous on social media. Some of them even get a lot of followers, but the problem is they can't deliver really good photographs because they have not learned how to photograph. They have just learned how to grow followers. Most photographers who started with photography because of Instagram don't even know what to do to develop as a photographer, how to improve. And no, it's not just going out with your camera as often as possible. That can definitely help as a bloody beginner. But earlier or later, you will come to that point when your photography needs a bit more intention to breathe life into your photos, that is something you don't learn when you don't engage with that. But however, the good news is there is a way out. Everyone is able to become a good photographer. But therefore, you need to engage with photography, not with gear, with photography. Yeah, I mean, a chimp could learn how to use a camera just over a weekend. That's not a feat. Learn how to photograph. I'm even not talking about composition and light. Yeah, I mean, that's super important, of course. So you should build a solid foundation for your photography first. The most important thing here is actually, what do you love? Not your followers, you. What do you love? Is it cars? Is it architecture? Is it landscape? Or whatever, because the only way you can really become a good photographer is engage with things you love. If you don't love trees, for instance, you will never become a good woodland photographer. If you don't love mountains, you will never become a good vista photographer. That's not possible. Because forget a really good photographer in any genre or subgenre, you need to engage deeply with the subject. You need to overcome tiredness after a longer hike with heavy photography gear maybe. You need to overcome coldness, hunger, uncomfortable weather, like rain for instance. You need to overcome waiting for hours out in the field for the right light. You need to be an enthusiast, not for using your camera. Again, think about the chimp. No, you need to be an enthusiast for your subject. So most importantly, find out what you love. I can't tell you that. Also, your followers can't tell you that. That is something you have to find out yourself. That is the first step you should do to become a good photographer. But there's more. And before I will tell you that, my friends, if you like this video, please give me a thumb up. You know, it helps me, it helps the algorithm, and it also helps other photographers out there to find this video better on YouTube. Thank you therefore. Okay, so now after you have found out what you love, what you're burning for, it is time for the next step. Are you ready? Okay. Engage with the potential subjects of your genre. So you want to photograph woodlands, for instance. In which seasons is which type of trees most attractive? Or you want to photograph lakes. Which behavior in the weather do you need to get the best possible reflections? Or you want to photograph waterfalls, for instance. Which things have to come together so that they are most attractive? Whatever your genre or subgenre is, engage with your potential subjects. But again, you need to love these subjects. That's really important. Yeah, really, I can't stress you enough here. All you need is love. Yeah, already the Beatles know that. They also didn't have Instagram. Love is all you need, my friends. But for getting a really good foundation in photography, especially when it comes down to fine art photography, we need one more step. We need to find out why we love our subjects. Because when we break it down, photography is not more than a very special form of communication between the photographer and the viewer. In fine art photography, it isn't all about showing anything that is nice. It is more that we want to communicate our emotions to the viewers, so that there are also emotions evoked in the viewers. And this is one of the most important requirements in fine art photography actually, evoking emotions in the viewers, so that your photographs impact your viewers, that your viewers get changed by your photos. And love is the foundation. Love to the subject, but also to yourself, by the way. That's also a factor we should not overlook. Yeah, I mean, someone who just hates will never become a good artist. That's not possible. Again, love is something that helps you to overcome the effort, the uncomfortableness, the pain, paired with enthusiasm. Hate instead is just a short-term power to destroy. Love creates, hate destroys instead. Yeah, haters simply don't love themselves. So just quickly, just for the haters out there, try to get rid of your hate by love. How should you be able to communicate love when there's just hate? So in that case, you have to change yourself first. Focus on love instead of hate. And then, just then, you can eventually change others with your photos. So find out what you love, engage with what you love, find out why you love it, and communicate your emotions with your image. And if you shouldn't know how to communicate emotions with your image, I made already a comprehensive video about that. I will link it here for you. And friends, I hope you liked this video. If yes, share it with your friends. Don't forget to tune in next week. There will come a fantastic video as well. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.